Hi everyone, it's Stacy in Japan, soon to become Stacy personally speaking, and you can look out for that live video on March 21st when I'll be celebrating 5 years in Japan. March 21st, 5 years in Japan. It's an extra year longer than I had planned to be here in Japan. There I'll give you an update basically of what I've learned over the 5 years and what my plan will be for the rest of my time here in Japan. Personally, I would rather be home right now, and that's why I'm doing this video. Last year, not quite 1 year yet, it was in April, about the first week in April, I made a similar video to what I'm going to make now. And it's just one where I'm just talking, sharing what's happening with me, trying to understand my thoughts right now. Because I'm feeling rather depressed. I am feeling very depressed. I had to force myself to get out of the house. And I know I had to get out of the house. I work from home mostly. So almost every day I am at home sitting before my computer in my 1K apartment. Literally 4 walls. A few extra walls, but the space that I'm in mostly is 4 walls. I look to the left, I look to the front, I look to the right. That's it. And the one window that is at the front of my apartment, and it has been like really gray, and when it's not gray it's rainy for a few days, and that has not helped my mood at all. But I realized that I was getting back at that place again where I just didn't know what to do. I was becoming very unproductive when I didn't have classes, just really unproductive, even though I have so many things to do. And it's like I've kind of moved from being too productive, just trying to do too much, to not being able to do anything at all. And what has also happened is that my eating has been interrupted because I got so busy. I wasn't making smoothies as I used to for the past 2 weeks. Even just talking now, I'm really tired. I wasn't making smoothies for the past 2 weeks as I used to. And that's usually green smoothies because I try not to take supplements. So I don't take iron supplements. And when my iron count gets low, I'm not getting enough oxygen. And I get tired easily, and then I can't do anything, and so I become unproductive, and then my mind starts wandering, and I've put myself in a bit of a cycle, which is not good. But I didn't realize that I was doing that until it was too late, because 2 weeks ago I started, trying to get a handle on what was going on in Jamaica financially. So I'm watching lots of YouTube videos, I'm listening to the news, I'm trying to update myself on stock market, and my investments have just been sitting doing nothing for years while I was studying. So I was trying to catch up on a lot of things. Got really busy in the process, so was grabbing foods that was quick and easy, not making any smoothies, like I said, and that's where I'll be getting most of my iron source from, because I don't eat that much meat, and when I do eat meat, it's chicken or fish, not so much salmon, so I'm not getting enough iron. And without knowing it, I was just feeling very lethargic, but I was still not paying it any mind. I was still riding my bicycle to go to church when I could, because it was one of the few days that I left my house. I go to work on a Monday Monday evening actually. So for the whole Monday morning into afternoon, I am at home. Then I go to work in the evenings. I take a bus or I will walk. It's an almost 1 hour walk, but sometimes I think I just need the walk because it's like one of the few days that I leave my house. So I leave my house on a Monday and I leave my house on a Saturday for work. But that location is much closer to my house. And then I leave home again on a Sunday. Of course, on a Sunday, I often don't want to get up because I work all day Saturday and I'm really tired. But I push to go to church on a Sunday because I leave the house. You know, my church is still holding in-person services for those who want to attend, but it's usually 10 or less people, quite spaced out, everybody masked up, sanitized. So Sunday, so let's see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I leave the house. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I am at home working on the computer. So basically when I finish with a class, I sit there still on the computer, or I'll get up and get something to eat. And I've been doing that now for several months. I would say I'm doing that now for probably 6 months, 6 months or more. I didn't even think about that either. And with each state of emergency that has been called in my area, my in-person classes get canceled. Yeah, I'm really feeling tired, but I'm still so happy that I left the house. I taught for 3 hours this morning from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, and it is now, what day is it? And that too, I sometimes forget the days of the week. It's Wednesday here in Japan. It's Wednesday afternoon, and at what time? I'm not sure of the time. Probably almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon because I haven't had lunch yet, which is not such a good idea either since I'm feeling so weak. Weak because my blood count, I suspect, has dropped. My blood pressure also goes down. Yeah, so a bit winded. Yeah, so I had to try to understand again what was going on with me. So I realized being in the house, not talking to anybody outside of my students, which is actually much better than last year. Last year I only had like junior high school students who, I mean, they don't, the level of English that I was using was woefully inadequate. So I am using a lot more English now, hearing a lot less Japanese actually, but there's still no interaction with people apart from when I go to church, and even then it's very restricted, very limited. As soon as church is over, people are pretty much heading home because we're trying not to gather for too long. I do occasionally get to eat out now and then with one person. That has kind of helped, but it's just not enough. It's not enough for somebody who has been in Japan for almost 5 years and visited Jamaica, visited home only 1 year. What am I talking about? Visited in 2019, and that was scarcely a vacation. But I was still happy. I was still so happy to have been able to visit. But that is almost 2 years ago. Just thinking about it, it's almost 2 years ago. COVID-19 has made everything just astronomically worse in terms of socializing, interacting with people. I'm so tired of wearing masks. I'm really, really tired of wearing masks. Not getting enough fresh air. You know, I really have to try and be more deliberate about leaving my house. You know, but I'm telling you guys, when it's gray outside and cold, I don't want to leave my apartment as much as inside I am dying as well, you know. But I have to try and find a way to protect my my mental state. You know, like I said, I'm not where I was last year. Last year was really, really bad. Nobody really knows the extent of that because I said I was gonna do a video, but I just haven't gotten around to that. I recently took out my jigsaw puzzles. I have taken out the 1,000 piece, almost all blue puzzles to do because I realize that my mind is slipping. It's slipping away. It's slipping away. And then struggling to breathe right now because of the lack of enough oxygen. No, it's not COVID related. It's just that my blood count is low. I have to get fresh air out of the mask. Oh my gosh, I'm really so tired of wearing masks. I'm tired of masks. I'm tired of not being able to see people's expressions, which is on the flip side of working online. I get to see people's faces and expressions because they're usually working from home. But my students who are working are attending their lessons from their offices in the meeting room. They still are wearing masks. So I actually haven't met them in person. Like met them like for real, met them without masks. I've seen them in person, but I haven't seen them without masks. So I really don't know what they look like. And it's just so, now they know what I look like, which is a good thing. You know, but I mean, I'm just struggling with this mask thing. And I know students are struggling. Adult students, young learners, you know, elementary school learners, they are struggling. Right? I have some elementary school learners on a Saturday. They can't see my mouth. They can't see the pronunciation. They can't make the distinction between the sounds. So they can't reproduce what is supposed to be reproduced. It's quite frustrating. And, you know, I really feel it. I really feel it myself. And I can scarcely begin to understand how children are coping. How are they coping, you know? How are they coping? There was a study released recently here in Japan that babies, nursery children, they're not hitting some of their developmental milestones in terms of expression and you know, speech and so on, because they can't see the mouths of the teachers. So they can't respond. Even if the teacher is smiling, they can't respond. So they are expressionless. And if you know Japan, they're usually pretty expressionless, you know, in public generally. So we can't afford for the children to you know, develop without expression. They need those expressions, you know. So it's really hard. It's hard on everybody, you know. So I think, you know, there's more pressure on babies and parents at home to try and, you know, smile and laugh and just be as expressive as possible with them. I'm tired. I'm hungry. And I would have to walk about 10 minutes to go back, probably a little longer, because I came a little further out. Oh, I haven't shown you guys the river. Didn't show you that. I am at the river. Oh, and I didn't mention also that since last December, another reason that I was really so busy was that I've been trying to find an apartment. I've been longing to move. I've been longing to change apartments. I've been longing to change apartments, and you know, there was a. So I was there yapping away, and I didn't even realize when the video stopped recording. Like, maybe it's when I took a picture. I don't know. Yes, I was saying that I really need to get with it, you know. I really need to come back to. Really need to take stock of, take hold of. I've been here before in terms of my mental state. The only difference now is, oh, thank God, thanks be to God, me not have no masters, me not have no thesis or dissertation on my plate. There's nothing There's nothing mandatory right now on my plate. I don't have to move. My apartment that I'm in is I can stay there until October. I can stay there as long as I want, actually. The contract itself ends in October, so I actually don't need to move at all, so I can get rid of that stress of trying to find an apartment now, because now is moving time in Japan. Now is the time where the basket turns over and everybody wants to move because of their job. They're being relocated, they're being transferred. So March, April is when people are actively searching for apartments for the new school year, the new academic year. I don't have to do that because I'm in an apartment where I can renew the contract for however long I want to. But of course, I did want to change my apartment. I have several reasons I wanted to change my apartment, you know. But they in the bigger scheme of things right now, it's probably not the right time to change my apartment. Even though I want to, tired. I want to change it. I want to move into an apartment, a different apartment, to spend the summer in that apartment. But let's see. I'm not gonna spend hours and hours anymore searching for apartments. That is not a mandatory thing. Another thing that I'm trying to work on, which is, or has been really consuming my mind, is trying to buy a house in Jamaica. And of course, it's not mandatory, you know, but it would. It's one of the reasons that I'm still in Japan. It's one of the reasons I came to Japan. You know, so I really want to buy a home, buy a house in Jamaica. So when I return, I have somewhere that I can call my own. And that has been a stressful journey. Even though I started the process, well, I haven't gotten any house yet or whatever. Just some paperwork, just trying to get through with a bank to find out if I pre-qualify for any loan. And that has been a hassle and a headache, and trying to do business with Jamaican institutions is not easy at all. Not easy at all, you know. And then because of the time difference, the 14-hour time gap, a few nights I've had to stay up like 10, 11 o'clock just to make contact in Jamaica, or just to try and transact some business online, because you can't do it outside of the working hours, outside of the business hours of that institution. It's rough, man. So now I need to get my iron count up first. That has to be priority now. I have another lesson at 4 o'clock. I'm enjoying the sunshine. The other thing, of course, is I have not been getting enough sunshine, because, you know, the winter period, the cold period is really long, and then my apartment is not facing the sun, like to get the maximum amount of sunshine during the winter months. That's another reason I want to change the apartment, because I'm going to be here in Japan a little bit longer. And you see, that uncertainty of not knowing how much longer I'm going to be in Japan is making it really difficult, even with the decision about the apartment, you know. You know, it's like, because I don't want to be here much longer. But practically speaking, personally speaking, if I go back to Jamaica now, what am I going to do? So I'm really just trying to bide time to put things in place, get the house, have some savings, and then go home. Even if I have to be at home in Jamaica not working for 1 or 2 years. Hopefully not, of course not, you know. Or hopefully I can get some kind of business idea or something, you know, but can't continue so, Jano. Can't continue so. We need some good investments. We need a whole heap of money so that my investments, my monthly returns on the investment can take care of my living expenses. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Like me just have a whole heap of principal where, yeah, the interest and the returns and the dividends on it can pay my monthly expenses. That would be great. How much money would I need? How much money would I need for that to happen? Tired. I'm hungry. I'm probably going to start making my way back home. I hope that this talking and just rambling has helped me. I'm gonna lay down. Actually not looking forward to going back inside the apartment because there's just no sunshine not in there. You know, and I don't have a balcony, which is another major factor why I want to move. I want a balcony that I can go outside on, you know. I want to go outside on the balcony. Today is Wednesday. Yeah. I want to go outside on the balcony, get some sunshine, you know. Yeah. So now I need to go home. My kitchen is a mess. I'm not looking forward to it. And I want a kitchen where I don't have to turn on the light all the time. You know, I want the natural light to reach the kitchen. You know, because right now inside the apartment just really kind of depressing. It's not always depressing, but right now it's just really depressing inside. And I don't want to be in there. I don't want to be in there. And that's just the truth. I don't want to be in the apartment right now. And I need to eat. And I have to eat something with iron. So I have to eat something decent and healthy. I have beetroot, so I want to just juice that and just have that directly. Which one is better, cooking it or juicing it? I don't even know. But I'm hungry. I'm weak already, so we need to make a move. Yep. Everything here is so dry. I can't wait for it to start getting some green on it, you know. So everything's just brown, everything brown. But I know in the summer it's going to get all green. Well, not even before the summer. In the spring, of course, more rain going to come. More rains are going to come. We have to get more rains if I expect the green, right? And while I'm not a particular fan of when it's raining and it causes the sky to get gray, we need the rain. We need the rain. So, if you get up, yeah, let me try and get up here. Trying to make my way back. I tried to keep recording just to see if there's anything more that will come out of me. Why that sound so? Whoa, can't walk here, so. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going, Stacy. You can do it. You can do it. You know, one of the things that I really enjoyed doing when I was apartment searching was actually finding the apartments online, pinning them in Google Maps, and riding my bike to the locations just to check out the environment. It was really good. Really enjoyed it. It got me out of the house. It got me exercising. It got me excited. Kind of can't do that right now because I'm too weak. Yeah, but up to last week Monday I did that, you know. Up to last week Monday, and even then I had started feeling kind of tired, but I thought it was because I was going to bed so late, you know, trying to stay up to contact Jamaica. But I failed to realize it was also because I stopped drinking green smoothie for a couple of weeks. For a couple of weeks, well, I stopped drinking green smoothies. So I'm heading that way. See that bridge? Although I can take it through there, walk through the community, but then if I do that, I'll be walking on the road. Maybe people are gonna see me. I mean, here in the jogging trail, there are some people still, And then I don't want to have to put on my mask yet. So, you know, I want to stay on the path where I don't have to put on the mask. Tired of the mask. Really, really tired of the mask. Okay, I see a bicycle person coming, so let me come over here so he does not have to deal with me nor I with him. Me not have a no mask, him don't have a no mask. Yeah. So depression is real, people. And you know, it's not something to be ashamed of at all. We actually need to talk about it more and, you know, identify the triggers, identify the time when we think we might be slipping away. And I have felt myself slipping away. So can you imagine not having enough energy? Like, because, you know, because of my blood pressure being low, you don't have enough energy. You're cooped up in the house every day. Lock up in the house every day, working, teaching online. When you don't have students, you just have no energy to go and do anything. You don't even want to get up. Like, I don't even want to get up when I don't have students. You know, and I just realized it was just becoming harder and harder to just get up. And then when it's gray outside, I definitely don't want to go outside, even if it's just gray. You know, worse if it's raining. So, you know, I noticed all of this was happening, and then by the time I realized, I just didn't even have the energy. I'm breezy, I want to take off the face. It's very windy. Today was windy, but I'm so happy that the sun is out. It really helps my mood when the sun is out. So happy about that. Yep. And you see those big mansions? That's why I don't want to live in one of those big mansions. Being here by myself, I think it would be even more impacting on my psyche to live in one of those big old mansions. I live in a very small apartment complex, like probably has about 20 or less, because it's small, yeah, probably less than 20 apartments on the little block. And I hardly see my neighbors. If I see them on the road, I don't know it's them. Much less to live in something like that, which has hundreds of apartments. And no, the isolating feeling is crazy. It is real, and it does affect. It affects me in more ways than I could have ever imagined. You know, you talk about being an introvert. You know, we talk about it all the time. I talk about it all the time, that I'm introverted, but extroverted when the situation calls for it. This kind of introversion is not normal. It's not normal because you are in a country where you can't understand the language. You're still trying to navigate daily life after almost 5 years. I'm still just trying to navigate just some simple things, dealing with trying to get a new apartment. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing, because the first thing is they see you as a foreigner. That's the first thing that is their concern. You are a foreigner. That's the first thing. I'm tired now. Yeah, making my way back home. Making my way downtown, walking around, something. Yeah, you know, church is not the same. Church is not like what I'm used to. So I'm gonna try make sure say I'm gonna come here well strong and charged up. As a matter of fact, you know, there's somebody who said they usually, come sure them can't travel, you know, usually travel to Jamaica every 6 months. Your money have to tall still, because it's not cheap for travel. Tired. but it would help me because I had planned to travel last year. After my thesis, I wanted to travel, so probably Christmas or spring. I can't travel because guess what? I'm not taking any vaccine. Two, what is two? No, one, I'm not taking any vaccine. I'm not taking any vaccine. Two, I don't even want to do a COVID-19 test. You know, I'm just very wary of everything. Outside of that, three, to travel now, you need, which I can do, because I work freelance now, I can take off 2 months if I wanted to. But you're going to need a total of 28 days, basically. 28 days to quarantine in 2 different countries. And God help you if you got one country where you require for quarantine if you're positive. Right, because to get to Jamaica I have to travel through America. And usually there's a like 15-hour layover. By them time is a rough time. These are some serious times. All I can see around me is COVID-19. Everything just COVID. Everything everywhere. COVID. And when it's not COVID, it's vaccine. God help us. God alone can help us. God alone can help us, God alone can help us. God is my strength like no other. Yeah, man. Start feeling a little better. Like I was feeling really out of it. Trust me. I should have walk with some food. So I never think about that. I did walk with the food. I could have stay out here and eat the food. Yeah, man, could I eat the food out here, man? I never think about that. See me around. When you know me, I like walk slow from morning, And I might get a fish that. I like walk slow. Why that little jog there? Rough me up. Yeah. I'm gonna walk through the community and I think I have done enough talking. Need to catch my breath anyway. So until next time, it's Stacy, personally speaking.